Tonight on AfterBuzz TV Smackdown Live After Show, 2 title matches. We find out who attacked Nikki, and James Ellsworth, well, he gets destroyed. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
The Lone Wolf, he's got himself a title shot now, and we're going to break it down and everything SmackDown live on the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page, AfterBuzzTV.com, iTunes, SoundCloud. You're liking, subscribing, telling your friends about the wonderful world of AfterBuzz and SmackDown Live. And what a show we have to break down for you tonight. What's up, everybody? I am Christian Rosenberg. The Twitter, @Rosenberg, Instagram, @Rosenberg. T-shirts. Not too late to get some late holiday gifts. ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. Scott and Tom are both out of town for the holidays, so you're going to have the honor and the privilege of hanging out with me and at Christy Reports, Christy Olson.
Yes, I love it that you put it that way. That's right. It is an honor to spend the last SmackDown that will be here at least of the year.
Yes.
With Christy and Christian.
I like it. And we have so much room for activities here now. Look at all these toys that at Jimbo in the booth brought us. Jimbo was kind of, he gave me a copy of his Young Bucks Too Sweet Journey DVD that you can buy on High Spots. I got one for free, but you should buy it because it's awesome. And like stocking stuffer full of WCW stickers and like WWE poker chips, and I'm a poker nut. Look, I have one. Where is it? I have a poker chip of Kamala.
No, I win.
Why do you win?
I win because I have Skip Sheffield.
Wow.
Yes, that's
they
right.
made that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you also got some Santa beverage.
Some sort of an unidentified, looks like it may be a white wine, sounds like somebody knows me, and a to-go coffee cup, which the wine is definitely not going to go into so that I can drink in public.
Never. No, that would be wrong.
No, Jimbo doesn't know me at all.
No, not at all. Scott and Tom aren't here, but he got them some gifts here. Tom got himself an Andre the Giant Christmas ornament and a stocking full of gifts. And he got Scott. He got Scott some New Day action figures. There's Xavier Woods. And by the way, why is Xavier Woods separate from Big E and Kofi? Why aren't they all together? That's kind of weird.
Is this like the very early promos from the New Day where he wasn't there?
Well, it is their early gear, but they were all together. I don't know. But hey, Jimbo in the booth. Say hi and thank you for these gifts.
You're welcome, y'all. Merry Christmas to all. I was hoping everyone would be here to receive their gifts, but only you two are.
Santa slice.
Okay. We'll take theirs. We'll just take them. Well, Tom and Scott are going to be very angry that they're not here tonight because SmackDown was incredible.
Phenomenal.
Like
fantastic.
You would think normally towards the end of the year they kind of throw it in holidays, some fun little stuff.
People start getting complacent. I haven't tried here at AfterBuzz for like 3 weeks already.
Only 3 weeks?
Right? I know. It's pretty clear. But for real, like they could coast a little bit. They've got that holiday tour coming around making the fans happy, but they gave us an unbelievable SmackDown.
Really. It was fantastic. And we kick it off with a WWE Championship match. AJ Styles defending against James Ellsworth. We finally have the match. We've been waiting for it. I am excited. But before we get to the breakdown of the match, Jimbo's got to hit my music.
Uh-oh.
Because they're going to be there. I think there are several Christian's Closet segments tonight. So if you hate that segment, sorry in advance. Because as they're making their way to the ring, we cut to the commentators, all 77 of them. And I believe a few weeks on the show ago, we commented how David Otunga was sporting some bizarre ink. And Christy, I don't know if it was you or if it was because someone in the chat room mentioned it was because of a role that he was filming, that he might have needed tattoos.
I didn't come up with that.
It was someone in our chat roll then. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was ridiculous then that if it was fake, that he was showing off the ink because anal retentive fans who pay attention to the mundane idiocracies, that's probably not even the right word, would notice these things. And there just so happens to be an anal retentive guy on this show who noticed right off the bat, no ink on Otunga's arms. Why do I notice these things? I shouldn't notice these things.
That's what makes you special, Christian Rosenberg. No, listen, any man who regularly wears a rose shirt should notice the fashion of other men.
I think that's a fair point. Yeah. I agree with that. Okay, you can cut the music for now. There'll be more of it later.
Keep your finger on the trigger of that one.
When they made the introductions for the title match, they did not say where James Ellsworth was from.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
They just said, they didn't say his weight. They didn't say where he's from. They just said James Ellsworth. Ellsworth is in Ultimate Warrior territory because apparently he's parts unknown. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a hometown. Because then you go, AJ Styles from Gainesville, Georgia, face that runs the place, phenomenal. You can't say like from Baltimore or wherever James Ellsworth is from.
Wherever he pissed off people by not showing up to an indie event since he's been signed.
Well, if he's signed, he can't really go to them.
Yeah, but Tommy Dreamer's mad about it.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Was this like news from Xbox One, 2, 360?
No, this is news from the dirt sheets.
Oh, you mean the things that I do not like on my t-shirt that you can buy at ProWrestlingTees.com. So anyway, this match lasted a minute? Maybe 2?
Yeah.
Ellsworth geared up for the no chin kick, or whatever they're calling it.
No chin music?
No chin music. And AJ blocks it, give him a few forearms, and Ellsworth was dead.
Bing, bang, boom.
Pinned him easily, but AJ was not done at that point.
Oh, Green Thunder said he's probably from Cincinnati.
Well done, Green Thunder in the chat. From Cincinnati, Ohio.
I love it.
That is a good one. That is a good one. So, after the match, AJ just continues to beat him down. He gave him a sidewalk slam on the edge of the announce table. I don't know if that was planned or he just slipped, but it looked nasty.
Mm-hmm, looked gnarly.
AJ continued to beat him, but I don't know if you noticed, he just did like a few like simple power moves and forearms. No high flying thing, nothing to jump off his feet, still kind of resting his injured foot. Mm-hmm. So they still made him destroy Ellsworth without him using a whole lot of energy.
And he had been removed from more live events this past weekend, so...
Rest up, especially if he's going to be defending the title next week, where he's going to need to do some stuff. AJ gets on the mic and says he doesn't have to ask Santa for anything this year because he has it all. Out comes Ziggler, who won himself the #1 contender spot last week. And Ziggler mentioned how a couple months ago he put it all on the line for one more shot at the Intercontinental title. So what do you think I'll do for the WWE title?
He is so hardcore.
I can tell by the sincerity in your voice with that.
No, I mean, he really, like for a cute little underdog, he's just so hardcore. So much heart.
Is he still an underdog?
Yes, absolutely.
Ziggler's still an underdog.
That was solidified in our main event tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they are both then interrupted by Baron Corbin. Which was like, oh, this is an interesting twist on it. Weren't really sure where Corbin was going to be going now that this thing with Kalisto was done. Trying to find where he'd fit in. Wasn't in that four-way last week.
No.
But he was busy winning Most Metal Athlete at the Revolver Awards.
On the black carpet.
On the black carpet. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious what you thought of this, because I know you've been kind of critical of Corbin's promo work, because just kind of what his character is. But we had some more anger tonight with Corbin. And, you know, he says it should be him in a title match, and he's sick of all the chances that Ziggler gets. And you don't steal the show, you steal opportunities, and then you waste them. What did you think of his promo work tonight? Tonight,
I liked it. I think having this title shot is bringing out the best in him. It's finally like giving him something to care enough about that he can still act careless in an acceptable way. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't hate it. I know he's kind of, a lot of you guys have come around on him in the last couple months or so, but it's taken me a little longer. But tonight, it's helping me get there.
And well, did it help when he then took Ziggler out with the end of days and left the number one contender lying, and AJ just kind of walked on up the ramp?
It made sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, Dolph Ziggler, always the underdog.
Or does he just get beat up? I mean, because that's what it's really seemed like the last month.
Well, but his attitude, his fighting spirit makes him an underdog. Excuse me, not just somebody who gets beat up.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of Ziggler, he's then backstage with Daniel Bryan after we come back from commercial, and he wants Baron Corbin tonight. And Daniel Bryan said, all right, well, I'm going to make the match, but if Corbin beats you, he gets your title shot next week on SmackDown, and you can just make returns that maybe of some gifts that you didn't like. Because it's like 2 days after Christmas. So, you know, that's a good time to go there.
Right. Dana won't like all of her gifts.
I like all mine from Jimbo. Because Jimbo's awesome. No response from Jimbo. Okay. We go from a WWE title match
2.
an Intercontinental title match. Miz defending against one Apollo Crews. Remember him?
Yay! And I still love him.
Hey, tonight he was great. Because this is what people forget about Crews, is how incredibly athletic and gifted this guy really is. Because they don't give him time to do it. Tonight he had a 10-minute title match.
Oh, see, it went quick. Like, it didn't even seem that long.
It was close, and they had a commercial break in it. It went up probably around 10, is my guess. And Apollo Crews looked terrific in this match. And he showed emotion on a lot of the near falls. Like, you could see the natural frustration growing. We haven't really seen that out of Apollo Crews in previous matches. So I thought it was fantastic. Maurice gets thrown out. Crowd is super into this. Crowd is thinking Crews is gonna win this match.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. And eventually, Crews goes for his finisher. Miz flips over. As he flipped over, ref kind of got grazed along the face. Miz wisely used that split second to poke Crews in the eye. Skull Crusher finale. Miz retains the title. But that's not the real story.
No, the real story is that this is the beginnings of a great feud, I believe.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
And that feud begins with Renee Young coming into the ring to interview the champ after his match. And she asks him about his obsession with Dean Ambrose based on what happened last week in the four-way elimination match. Miz then asked Renee about her obsession with Dean Ambrose.
He took it one step farther than that.
Oh, he did? Would you like to mention what he said next?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, well, okay then. Miz then said, after all, you're the one sleeping with him. To a gasp of the crowd, like, wait, they brought this up on TV? Like, this actually happened? Yeah,
exactly.
That was the sound of Detroit tonight, where SmackDown was. She then slaps, pretty much rings the bell. She slaps Miz, and storms out of the ring, ripping her like earpiece off.
Yes.
This is the most any type of physical action Renee has ever done, and they're establishing in a storyline that she is in a relationship with Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Which everyone's known about forever, but now they're acknowledging it, because, I mean, for a long time, they didn't acknowledge Cena and Nikki until really Total Divas.
Exactly, and that was part of a big reason why I appreciated this. That should have happened. The Nikki Cena acknowledgement should have happened 6 seasons ago. You know what I mean? From Total Divas, and it was almost weird that they didn't do it sooner. So I'm glad that they're not doing that with Dean and Renee. It's like, yes, we have seen, even if you don't watch Total Divas, you've seen, you know that they're together. Let's acknowledge it. Now, I'm sorry, did we rewind to the Attitude Era? And if we did, I'm okay with it. Because this is incredibly, like, sexist and horrible and disempowering and all that. Yes, it is. But she got to slap him, and which, like, finally gave me something to cheer for Renee about. That's what it was. Finally, I had something to be like, yeah, girl power, Renee. I feel camaraderie between us. You slap him in the face. Yes. Like that. Yes. That's what I was missing, was just ever having a moment with Renee. And that Renee finally got her moment.
Yeah, because, I mean, there are lots of possibilities with this. This could lead, obviously, besides Miz versus Ambrose, promos between Maurice and Renee. Have the match with Renee in Ambrose's corner if you want to go that route. I don't know how much they're going to push this in.
I just want to know what she would wear. Okay, sorry. I got too excited.
Well, we know Christy's going to do the Christian's Closet segment when that inevitably happens.
Yes.
By
My guess is...
By the way, Maurice looked great tonight, too.
Maurice did look great.
Wearing the long leather pants tonight. Mm-hmm. I approve.
And the red. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like Renee's valet outfit for Dean would be like jeggings, like denim printed jeggings, and like a cut-off wife beater. Do people still use that term? A cut-off white tank top.
Mm-hmm. I can see the cut-off white tank top, but probably just like some ripped jeans like what Dean wears.
No. Jeggings.
Jeggings? Mm-hmm. Okay.
She can pull them off.
Oh, I'm sure she can.
She needs to sex up the wardrobe a little bit anyway. There, see, they rubbed off on me. Now I'm being anti-girl power. Jeez. Maybe we should move on to the one where the women tear each other apart. Oh, that's not going to be any better. Sorry, go ahead.
I like it when it's just us here.
I was going to say, I figure if there's not two other people here to talk, I'll just keep rambling.
Keep going. By all means.
Why the hell not?
Going. So from there, we get an announcement due to Zack Ryder's injury, which get well, Ryder. It sucks. They were going to set up a story, a feud, to have them have a tag title match.
They were the #1 contenders.
They were. And he's going to be out for a little while.
Did you guys see the picture he posted of his knee?
They posted it on SmackDown.
Oh, God.
It looks disgusting.
Looks so bad.
Gnarly.
So many staples.
Yeah.
So gross.
So,
Get well soon, buddy.
Yes. So next week, on what was it called? Wild card? What was it that they're calling SmackDown next week?
Yeah,
Wild card.
Yeah.
It's just Wild Card SmackDown.
Live, Wild Card.
Final Wild Card, something. Wild Card something.
We looked at it and talked about it so many times.
Because I didn't know why. I didn't know why it had a name.
How could we not remember?
Because I forgot to type it.
Ah.
But whatever they call in next week's SmackDown, for whatever reason, we're gonna have a 4-corner elimination tag team championship match.
4-corner elimination tag. Okay, gotcha.
Got it. The Wyatts defending against Heath Slater and Rhino, the Usos, and American Alpha. And that should be a really fun match.
Mm-hmm. So Jimmy and Jay are both back and ready for action.
I guess
then.
they'll be healthy.
That would make us believe, and I can't wait to see them get back. And they were on such a roll.
They were. I love their new characters and their new music. I'm so in love with the Usos right now.
And it's okay.
Is it okay?
It is okay.
Okay, good. Well, there were a lot of
Wild Card Finals.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald.
Which I don't know why that name's there, but sure, Wild Card Finals, SmackDown Live, WWE Network, USA, blah blah blah, super long name. But that's got a lot of superstars in it, and apparently, this week's Believe That is a complete kind of grab bag of some kind. I asked Christy for some type of hint with it, and she said it has to do with everyone. So, grab your helmets. Holiday edition of Believe That.
Woo!
All right, so
yes.
I guess it'll be me and Jimbo decided on this week.
Okay.
So what we got?
Yes, this literally involves everyone, as in every single person on the roster.
That's a lot of people.
Because reportedly, interest in these single brand pay-per-views they've been doing since the brand split is much lower than expected. They're basing this on internet searches, social media scores, stuff like that. And reportedly, WWE is seriously considering putting the rosters back together and using everybody on all shows once again in 2017. Christian? Jimbo? I know.
That's my thoughts exactly.
Do you?
Do not believe that.
Believe that? The death of a brand split?
Not at all.
No,
really? Not a chance. Way too soon to do it. They've had it for max 6 months.
Since July, yeah.
Yeah. It's way too soon to do it. You already pretty much have all your 2017 pay-per-views lined up. You want to increase the ratings of the pay-per-views, you do less of them. It's that simple. I mean, everyone's been kind of cracking jokes. We had Survivor Series, TLC, Roadblock. What was before Survivor Series? I don't remember off the top of my head.
No Mercy?
Not No Mercy.
I just keep talking about No Mercy because it was so good. Sorry.
But you had like 3 or 4 within 9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Hell in a Cell.
Thank you. You had Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, TLC, and Roadblock within about 9-10 weeks of each other. That's way too much. That's why people aren't watching them as much, because it's oversaturated. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. Can you imagine the ratings? WWE will never do this, but can you imagine the ratings if they just dropped it back to the Big Four? I mean,
I would hate
so.
that.
And that's why so many people love the NXT takeovers, because they do one every 3 months.
Yeah.
And that's why those are so successful. So I do not believe it. They're going to keep the pay-per-views as is, because right now, if you suddenly dismantle it, you're going to have a million titles again, and you're not going to have anyone have enough time for it. This is going at least until a Night of Champions, which would be like the fall, if they were to bring them back together, because that night you would have all the unification matches.
Right.
Jimbo?
I agree 100%. I think getting rid of pay-per-views would help storylines build, and it would only help the network and everything else. And yeah, with one brand and all these wrestlers, no one's going to get TV time.
Well, you guys aren't the only ones. The chat roll does not believe that either, in a resounding no, in a resounding hell no. Sylvia's the only one who thinks that this might be possible.
Sorry, Sylvia, you're wrong.
It could happen. AJ,
You're wrong, Sylvia.
AJ0314 said, I believe that as much as I believe that Ryan Phillippe had a movie career past 2001.
Whoa.
Good one, AJ.
Whoa.
What was the dirt about Ellsworth not going to Tommy Dreamer's show?
Oh yeah, well he didn't go because he's now signed with WWE, and Tommy Dreamer's pissed off about it. It was a House of Hardcore thing not too long ago, right?
Yeah. Well,
that's pretty much it.
That
it's
was
not
that.
juicy.
No, that one wasn't really
it's
juicy.
no Smackdown women's gossip rumor report.
What's that?
Oh, you mean this next segment?
We're getting there, Jimbo.
Well, Jimbo. A whole ball of wax just happened in this segment. Natalya comes out, wants Nikki to come out to plead her case again that she didn't attack Nikki at Survivor Series. Nikki comes out, and as soon as she comes out, Carmella comes out. And Carmella kind of doing the same thing that she's been doing the last couple weeks. Because honestly, when this segment started, I was just like, all right, well, something's got to give, because this is kind of like the same thing that we've been seeing the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking someone else is going to come out, or some new monkey wrench is going to be thrown into this, and we're going to extend like the mystery of who attacked Nikki. Mm-hmm. So Carmella's saying that, Natalya's lying, and that if Nikki believes her, then some of that silicone must have gone up to her brain.
Oh.
Yeah, PG era, like you were saying earlier. Natalya tries to shut up Carmella, and then Carmella keeps interrupting her, and then brings up that the only reason the Bellas are in the WWE is because nobody cared about them when they were on their own.
Oh.
But in the mainstream media, isn't that kind of true?
No, because the Bellas were shopping their own reality project, and they just ended up deciding to go back and do.
They didn't get it, so they went back to WWE.
All right, let's leave that alone. Let's just put a pin in that and put that over here.
Fine.
The fact that Natty would say that, and to Carmella of all people, is what is truly shocking here.
So Natty then, after Carmella says this, she was like, I told that to you in private. You were not supposed to disclose that. And Nikki's like, whoa, wait, time out. So you actually said that? So, wait, are you really the one who attacked me then? And Natalya then chased Carmella up the ramp. Carmella leaves. Nataya's back on top
No.
of the stage.
Carmela doesn't leave. Carmela got kicked into the tree of the presence, and then
That's
she
right.
scurried away.
I forgot she got thrown in the tree, which was kind of cool.
Somebody had to. I'm glad it was her.
So the crowd's cheering for that. And then Natalya grabs the microphone and says, "Yeah, I did it, you bitch." Hold the friggin' phone. What?
One of 2 B-bombs she dropped.
I'm not saying freaking out over the bitch bomb. I'm freaking out like, wait a minute. So they actually are saying Natty did it. Because none of us, I mean, we had some crazy guesses. We had some obvious ones like Eva Marie that we were thinking. None of us thought, it is going to be Natty.
No way.
No.
I was
No
Eva
one.
Marie 120%. I was sure she was going to come out during this segment. I still can't believe that Natty would do this to her friend of over 10 years and her Total Divas
Well, it's
co-star.
because Natty is a heart. I'm wrestling royalty. You are not. You work so hard, but you got everything because you're beautiful. You didn't get it because of your personality. My cat has more personality than you. You're a nothing, and that's why John will never marry you. Where has this Natalya been the last 10 years? What this was what when she made that little heel turn a little bit that we were kind of confused about.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. Mm-hmm. Now she just needs to dye the hair. But this is the attitude that we needed. Showing that she's the heart. She's a badass. She's the real wrestler. Nikki just got these for her looks, etc. Wow. This completely threw me for a loop, and I am completely on board for a Nikki Natalya feud now.
Yeah, now I am. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted, even after the segment was done, I wanted to be like, I still don't believe it, but okay. Yeah, you know what? I guess I'll have to accept it. It's been about an hour. It's been an hour or 2, so I can accept this now.
Yeah.
And it is, of course, going to be good. I hate the idea that now Carmella's kind of out of it because her and Nikki had such a great program and she added so much to this. She essentially kicked this off and she was so good tonight that I hate to lose that Carmella element in there. But you're right. This is what we need from Natty.
To be fair, Carmella and Nikki have been feuding since Nikki's made her return. It's been a while, so she has to move on. And Carmella, they're gonna move her on to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It really, the question is it going to be like Becky or are they going to hold her off until Naomi's healthy enough and feud her with her? Mm-hmm. Either one.
Eva Marie's does still exist. She may not have attacked Nikki, but she says she's coming back.
She wouldn't be feuding with Carmella though. Who's going to cheer for Eva Marie?
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, but
I mean, I would.
Sure.
No, this was phenomenal all around. I can't wait to see what it turns into and for the ladies to build each other back up again, which I know they'll do.
Yep. Dana Bryan, speaking of ladies, Dana Bryan backstage with the WWE Smackdown Women's Champion Alexa Bliss.
In his dad sweater.
In his dad / Mr. Rogers / kind of looked like a sexual offender type sweater. I'm sorry. But that's the type of sweater to be.
So it was creepy. That's what you're saying.
That is a very creepy sweater. I don't think my jokes would be appropriate for the show with that sweater. So I'm gonna move on. But we can mention that Alexa Bliss has a new T-shirt that she debuted in this segment also, which looks awesome.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool, and I feel like it's going to be
It's about
big
time she got a
seller.
T-shirt. It didn't even dawn on me until we saw that. I'm like, oh wait, she hasn't had a T-shirt.
I feel like, did she have one at NXT, right?
I don't
I
think
thought
she
there had
did.
been one before, but maybe not.
I mean, it might have had like a Blake and Murphy one that she was a part of.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
She didn't have her own, I don't think.
But this one was worth the wait.
Yeah. So, Brian says the trainers said that you're 100% and able to compete. So you're going to defend your title next week against Becky Lynch, and you're going to compete tonight. And if you don't, well, I'm just going to strip you out of title.
Yeah, dude, he talks to the trainers. Hello.
I mean, he was on the phone with them. They were FaceTiming.
Yeah, dude.
Sent some
It's not like he's on the
emojis.
road every day. He's at home talking to the trainers on the phone.
Yep. Just
Now I
making
know.
sure his talent's top notch. Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. Harper 2 weeks in a row has been bringing it. And they're
Well,
putting him in
everybody's
high-profile
been
matches
waiting.
finally.
I mean, I don't think anyone doubted that he would when he finally got the chance.
Now, I found this match to be very similar to the Miz Cruz match. In regards to Cruz, pretty much like 98% of that match was dominant and then ended up losing at the end. This match, Harper, for like 98% of the match, dominant, throwing Ambrose around. And then Ambrose, with a maestro cradle pretty much out of nowhere, steals the win from Harper. And as soon as that bell rung, Orton and Bray just beat the daylights out of Ambrose. Put him in an RKO. They all pose. They disappear. Ambrose is knocked out in the middle of the ring. And then Miz comes back out and delivers a skull-crushing finale to Ambrose.
And Miz was not the one that I was expecting. Can I tell you that's bothered me a little bit?
Oh.
Because earlier in the show, if we're exposing to the audience as if we're telling them for the first time
Renee will come
that
out?
Dean and Renee are together, and he just gets laid out in a brutal beatdown and is alone in the middle of the ring. Doesn't it just make sense that his loving girlfriend would rush out to make sure he's okay?
Not there, to me. And the reason being is we've seen Ambrose take some crazier moves than just an RKO.
Absolutely, but that was before we, the WWE Universe, not Total Divas fans, knew that they were together.
Sure. No, that's very true. I would say, like, if he was somehow, like, put on a stretcher or something like that, that's when she comes out. Because all of a sudden, he's really hurt. He's going to the hospital. I can't do Talking Smack tonight. I have to be with Amber. I have to be with Dean. And then you have, like, Dasha, maybe fill in, or they just cancel it that week or something. I don't know. But I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just feel like it should have been an RKO, like beat down an RKO. For a guy like Dean Ambrose and things that we've seen him do, I don't think that'd be enough to warrant, oh my God, he's hurt type deal.
Okay, but we're getting there. That will happen, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, if they do the right thing with it, like if somehow he takes some big fall off something and like, if he's getting like put in a stretcher, then you have that to me.
Okay. I'll wait. I'll wait for Ambrose to land on that stretcher.
Well, now all of a sudden Miz is feuding with Ambrose, and like it's a legit feud, and it's gonna be around the Intercontinental title. So is this a promotion for the Miz or a demotion for Ambrose?
That's exactly what I was trying to decide, and I was wondering if Dean Ambrose has upset someone backstage. Did he do something naughty? Is he being punished? I mean, the last few weeks just keeps getting his butt kicked, and they just sort of keep making him look weaker and weaker. You think he's in trouble?
I don't think he's in trouble at all.
No.
I think they're elevating the Intercontinental title to make it. I mean, they did have the Intercontinental title match after the WWE title match, so I think they're really trying to make it not like Raw, where you have the Universal Champion and the United States Champion is down here. Here you have an WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, just like it's like 1-1A type deal. I think it's how they're trying to elevate it, which I think is great.
Okay.
So we'll see.
We gotta wait. We gotta give it a few minutes.
We do, but we gotta talk about the debut of La Luchadora.
Yes.
Olay. She's Miss Mascaras.
The great granddaughter.
The granddaughter of Mil Mascaras, apparently. She had. Oh, we gotta hit my music again, don't we? Damn it! I told you there's gonna be a lot of these segments tonight. La Luchadora had like a blue, like all blue rubber thing, and then red trunks and a purple mask. You cannot look like a more thrift store generic luchador than what we saw tonight. And what I love, so I'm sorry, I'm making fun of you right now.
It's okay. It's okay.
You knew it was coming.
I think I deserve it.
So Christy saw this part of the show about an hour before me. She came back from doing her what show we were doing before?
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you watch that show, watch that AfterBuzz with Christy on it. And she's walking over to the screening room just as I'm at this match. And I'm just like, oh, all right. So Becky's in disguise. Okay, we'll do an angle. She's like, how'd you know it was Becky? Really? And then, like, when they had a close-up of her face, you can tell from the eyes it was Becky. Then La Luchadora, put Alexa in the disarmer.
Okay, yeah,
You didn't know it was Becky until she took the mask off.
Okay, when we watch it the second time, then I could hear Becky. I mean, I think at this point, SmackDown had just been so good that my excuse me, geez Louise, my belief was genuinely wait, what did I say?
I don't know, but
my disbelief was thoroughly suspended at this point. I know.
No, first off, they're saying you'd be great in the WWE.
I know, and I appreciate that.
And Brad Barty asked if I could sound any whiter saying Olay. No.
Not possible.
Olay. Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, no, she totally had me. And then when Alexa's tapping out, I'm like, really? They're gonna make her submit to a local talent? And my first initial reaction to the local talent was I was like,
La Luchadora from Detroit.
Why were they giving La Luchadora so much attention? I was like, are they trying to create another James Ellsworth situation? Like, do they want this girl to get over? Like, what is going on here? They legit had me on this, and I should probably be embarrassed about that, but it's okay.
A little bit. That's right. But, I mean, it helped elevate. Becky got one over on Alexa. It was kind of a smart thing. Again, hyping up their women's title match next week on SmackDown Wildcard Final Exam Superstar Championship Tournament, one fall, 4-way elimination. Spectacular.
I honestly don't know how that's going to go.
No, it could go either way, really.
Yeah. If we were predicting it, I wouldn't know what to say.
Do we have to predict it?
No, not yet.
I didn't even think of, we got to do predictions? Oh, God.
No,
I didn't even think of that.
No, don't worry.
We get a visit from Ryan Phillip, or is it Ryan Philippi?
Ryan Felipe.
Felipe. I don't think it's that. No. I do not think it's Ryan Felipe.
It's Philippi.
Philippi, star of Shooter, which is after SmackDown in USA, and we also have an AfterBuzz.
I heard of that show.
We also have an AfterBuzz for that, so make sure if you like that show, you check that out. And he's backstage looking for Randy Orton, who was a guest star in an episode. And he runs into Mojo Rawley. And they're hanging out. And out comes Kurt Hawkins. And Mojo mentions he's going to stick his foot in Hawkins' mouth. Because Hawkins is talking some trash. And Hawkins says he's going to show Mojo cruel intentions. Which is Ryan Philippe's, I can't say his name.
Spot on, though.
Ryan Philippe's biggest movie role. And it's a damn good movie. I fell in love with Selma Blair from that movie. Yeah, not Sarah Michelle Gellar, Selma Blair. I fell in love with Selma Blair in that movie.
Okay.
She's more my type.
I was going to say, yeah, that actually does make sense. I suggest everyone watch the sequel.
No,
So
there you go.
good.
I know what I got to find on Netflix tonight.
Ryan's not in it, though.
I know what I got to find on Netflix tonight. Mojo versus Kurt Hawkins. That match happens right after. Ryan is on commentary, and apparently all the commentators are starstruck. The Ryan Philippe is on commentary because nobody can pronounce anything in this match. Everyone was jumbling on their words. It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I think JBL met his teenage crush. He's like, yeah, hi, Ryan. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? Like, they're all blushing. And, like Ryan gave him a kiss on the cheek. It got weird. No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen.
I was going to say, how did I miss that? Sexy. Like Sarah Michelle and Selma style?
Maybe. I mean, well, the chat room was always saying I wanted to be part of that kiss scene from Cruel Intentions.
Oh, yes, and the TV series is coming soon, Sky.
There's a TV series of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It, picks up now in the current times. Like, if Reese Witherspoon's character has taken over Ryan Felipe's dad's business, and, she's in charge of things, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I'm sure there'll be
Sarah Michelle Gellar is
I'm sure there'll be an AfterBuzz for that, too. Is she in it?
Yeah, I believe she is.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Reese, however, is not.
First off, Kurt Hawkins had no introduction in this one.
Oh, yeah.
This match was long. If it might have not been that long, but it felt long. Mojo gets the win with a running forearm, and he then invites Ryan into the ring for them to pose. Ryan was still trying to look for Randy Orton, and that just kind of stopped. Yeah. He never ended up finding him. We never knew what happened. I think that would have been kind of cool if he ran into Randy. He was like, "You weren't like this on set. What happened?" That could have been a little fun segment.
Yeah.
And now we've talked about the last few weeks how, like guest star, intertwining, like plugging something.
Are you going to diss Sophia Grace again?
I forgot her name.
I figured.
But like, it's been progressively getting better each week. There was that train wreck from that Sophia Grace girl. Then you had Gabriel Iglesias, was kind of like, it had a little bit of story. And then you had Ryan, who brought up Randy, brought up his TV show. Oh, Randy's kind of weird now. Met Mojo. They had an interaction for a match. He was out there for the match. So it was like, okay, that all worked out. I'm okay with that cross promotion.
Oh, yeah, I totally buy them being bros.
Oh, yeah, they went out clubbing tonight.
Oh.
I mean, because Mojo needs a wingman since Zach's on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
And Emma's not there to... Oh, did I? Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, Emelina. Will we ever see your debut?
Not on SmackDown.
Well, that is true. No, we will never see her debut.
We will never, ever see it. Dasha is backstage with James Ellsworth, he's got 2 walking boots on. He's all taped up. He got the Cesaro athletic tape for his shoulder. He's got everything possibly bandaged. He can't respond to any question. And then Carmela shows up. And it's like, he's hurt right now. He doesn't have time for this stuff. And she walks Ellsworth off. Why?
What?
How?
Why?
I already said that. Wow, you really did bad at that game.
Well, I was just really, really confused as to why. I felt it needed to be asked twice. No, really, this is leading to something, correct? It has to be.
It's got to be. But what? Are we going to find out Ellsworth's got like a lot of money or something?
Is she going to be like his girl? Is there going to be a romantic storyline between the two of them to go along with Miz and Maurice and Reneen and Reneen? We'll just call him Reneen.
Well, you got starstruck around Ryan and Phillip too.
Yes,
so,
my bad. But that would make sense.
Well, it could be the type of thing where Ellsworth just falls madly in love with her and she's just kind of like blowing him off and all that.
And he like starts screwing her up on accident, like comes out and causes a distraction, things like that.
Or she's trying to use him for help with certain stuff. Oh. I mean, I'd be interested to see how it goes and if they can make it believable. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Big Cass would say about it. Ooh. Or are we not supposed to know about that one?
That one we're not supposed to know about.
Oh, my bad.
We're supposed to think they broke up, I think.
Oh, because they're on separate shows.
And he took her accent with him.
Say that again?
They mentioned that on Breaking Ground. They showed that the two...
They're living together.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Oh, I never finished watching that series.
Oh, that was great. That was one of WWE Network's best series. Oh. You should do that.
I should.
You should. Main event! Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Now I'm starstruck, apparently. Baron Corbin. AJ's on commentary. Corbin looked great. I'll tell you what. We were making fun of these two for a while this year because they kept facing each other in meaningless matches over and over. Hey, this one had meaning, and I was into it. Mm-hmm. Corbin threw Corbin threw Ziggler into AJ, and then Ziggler super kicked Corbin. Ref counted both men out. It is a double count out. Then AJ's like, screw it. Neither them won. I'm going to beat them both up with a chair. And dismantle both of them.
He wasn't using it anymore.
Yeah. He didn't need it.
No.
Beat them both up with a chair.
Tom had been sent away, so Tom didn't need it either.
Yep. And then out came Mr. Rogers, a.k.a. Dan O'Brien, because of the sweater.
Right.
And he announces next week, apparently he also got starstruck because he announced a triple threat match.
Yeah, dude. And he kind of
everyone, like the last half hour of the show, nobody could talk.
Do you think maybe they were shipping something backstage?
Had some eggnog or
something.
Some eggnog mixed with Diet Mountain Dew because that's what always sponsors them.
And we know Daniel Bryan's not a drinker, but he came out and kind of like lampooned the whole segment. Like he should have given it a breath or acknowledged in some way what was going on, but he just came out and like said the scripted thing, like, well, you want to do this and you want to do this, then we're going to do this. Instead of being like, oh, this is madness or this has to stop or AJ, stop right now because I'm about to tell you something. I mean, he just like kind of walked in, delivered his little promo and walked out again. Maybe he was tired by the end of the night.
So, and that's how SmackDown goes off the air with the announcement of a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles will defend against Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to that match.
Mm-hmm.
I do have, and we're going to be wrapping up the show right now, but I do have like one like kind of sad thing that I do have to bring up. So bear with me, guys, if you could. AfterBuzz been around for a while now. I don't know, like 5 years, maybe something along those lines. One of the guys who was doing some shows at towards the very beginning of AfterBuzz, his name was Gian Molina. He is actor, comedian. He's a personal friend of mine. I've known him for many years through improv comedy. And he was also in one of the stars of the Serial Buddies movie with Maria Menounos that she had. And this morning, he passed away at the age of 30. Actually, if you look, the very first AfterBuzz show that I ever hosted, we had Gian as a guest. I had a photo up here. This was nearly 4 years ago. That was the original team that I had. It's myself with Corey Takei, Cameron Cash, and the big guy there, that is Gian. He was a big man with an even bigger smile and a really big heart. And this guy would help anyone for any type of show they did. He was one of the funniest guys I've ever gotten to share a stage with. He was like an anchor here for AfterBuzz, like I was saying. And I saw him, maybe he was taking some time off from performing because he was trying to work on his health, because he is a big guy. And he's a big wrestling fan too. And he was talking to me about, I saw him, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago was the last time I've really seen him, because we did a show together, but he was taking some time off, and he was just like, when I get healthy, I need to get back on AfterBuzz because I need to talk about wrestling. I haven't had much to talk about with wrestling. I need to do that. I'm like, dude, you're coming on, no problem. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to get him back on. And like I said, he was a personal friend of mine also. Obviously, a friend of Maria's and Kevin's and Phil's. We sent our condolences to his family. Not just me, obviously all of AfterBuzz. And heaven got a lot funnier. That's what I'm going to say about that, because he is a really special guy.
And there's a GoFundMe page, is that right?
There is a GoFundMe. I've tweeted a link. I don't know all the thing for it, but to raise money for his memorial service. Please donate if you can to that. I've tweeted that. I'll be tweeting that more the next few days. In like 4 hours, he's raised like $15,000 or something. It's because so many people love this guy. So please check on that. I know it's like a holiday episode, and I don't mean to end it on a sad note. But this happened early this morning, so it kind of had to be discussed. And yeah, so miss you, Gian. I'll keep making fun of wrestlers for you, because you always did it to me. And yeah, so we'll
well, on behalf, I didn't know him, but on behalf of the chat roll is expressing their condolences as well. I'm sorry to hear about that, and I really hope everyone goes and is able to donate to that GoFundMe page.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to see him perform once. We did a show with Dolph Ziggler at famous Iowa West Theater, and dude's just a giant ball of energy. So it was great. Sorry to damper the mood at the end of the night, guys.
Well, we just gotta, everybody remember to hug your loved ones this
especially the holiday season.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that, guys. I'm gonna be flying home in a couple days to see my family.
What's your funniest memory of Gian?
Ooh, good question. Go ahead, Jimbo.
Mine would definitely be at the Cut That Promo show. His character at the time was part of a tag team where they were like, that baking show was really popular with the guy on the East Coast that like the cake man.
Like Cake Wars.
Boss.
Cake Boss.
Cake Boss. So like his character was like he was a baker and he had his baker's assistant, and during like the improv joke or whatever little skit they were doing, the guy's like, "What kind of cakes you like?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I eat vegan cakes." And he's like, "Bullshit, that ain't no cake, no milk, no eggs, that ain't no cake. A cake has milk, eggs, and frosting." And I'll never forget that. And any time I saw him after that, I'd always quote that to him, and he'd always laugh.
I gotta find the clip. It's somewhere on YouTube. It was a different Cut That Promo show. I do this comedy show where I have wrestlers, where I interview them, and I have improvisers come out as aspiring wrestlers and I try to cut promos. And Gian did the show a number of times. And one time, he came up there with another guy, and he was a 400-pound luchador. And he brought a ladder onto the stage and tried to climb it and took a chair shot.
Oh, my.
Because the dude didn't he do whatever it took to make people happy and entertain them. I got so many I could think of, but I mean that one sticks out, especially because it was wrestling related too. But yeah. So with that said, guys, I got like some poker chips I get to play with. I got WCW. I got a Goldberg. I should put that. If I put this on my arm, will it look more real than Otunga's tattoos?
Yes.
Okay.
You can carry it off because you're a true badass.
That's right. That's right. So, guys, make sure you have a fun holiday season. This is the last time you'll see me for 2016. I don't know if I don't know if you guys might do the show next week or not, because the studio's going to be closed during SmackDown because of the holidays.
Studio will be closed until Thursday. So let us know, guys, if you think that's a little bit too late to be breaking it down. But we will be here tomorrow for X-Pac 12360, last one of the year, with guest Jerry Lynn. And guys, please, I really enjoyed your compliments and your comments tonight. I really appreciate everything kind that you've said to me tonight. I really, really do. You can always reach out to me at Christy Reports. And please also check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Christy Reports. I did a fun video where I broke down this wild year for Paige and Del Rio. So if you would like to relive their crazy 2017, please do that with me on my YouTube page. Thank you all so much. Happy holidays. Mwah!
All right, Jimbo, plug yourself.
Follow me on Twitter at Jimbo in the Booth. I'll be on the X-Pac 12360 show tomorrow with Christy and myself, Ty Matthews, and Rachel Sam Evans did an interview for Lucha Underground with Rey Mysterio, and it was amazing. So please go check that out.
Yeah, I did. Well. And is it wrong for me to say that Jimbo was the tallest one there? Because you're not that tall, Jimbo. But no, gotta check that out. It's badass that they got to hang out with Rey Mysterio. And of course, buy Jimbo's Young Bucks DVD, Too Sweet Journey, on highspots.com. And you can follow me on Twitter at Roy Rosenberg, Instagram, the Roy Rosenberg. Don't forget holiday gifts of t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. Guys, thank you so much for an incredible year with us here at SmackDown. 2017 is only going to get better. Happy holidays. For Jim on the Booth and Christy Olson, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We'll see you next year.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.